Welcome back to CCRPG. We are just picking up after the DBC Crew have really charged their way into the CoreSec Base. Despite finding heavy resistance, including a CoreSec commander and his group of guards, you were able to swiftly defeat them, get everyone off of the map, including a very reinforced commander, and get everyone to the infiltration point within 8 rounds. Which, as we said before, easy, no problem. Not any problems during that whole fight for anyone.
Literally no problems.
Sarcasm. So you get to start your infiltration of the comm base. You getting here and getting through that fight quickly represents the kind of surgical and swift strike that you made. So you are able to descend into the maintenance tunnels beneath the comm base. Now, mostly you know about this entrance and where it can take you because of some intel that Rock obtained. Can you remind us about that, Rock?
About the intel?
Yeah.
I mean, I just went over the different records of CoreSec bases and kind of had an idea of how this one was built. I didn't have an exact schematic of it or anything, though. Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, you were able to use that along with the intel that you were able to get, and also someone else was helping with that. Was it?
You know, I'm remembering that Hitchcock. I don't know if this is what you're thinking of, but Hitchcock did created a model of the reactor.
No.
Based off of the power station and outpost we were at.
Yeah, that'll help you when you get to the reactor. I'm talking about like figuring out how to get deep into the base.
Gotcha.
Essentially, you have the information you need to get deep within the base and try and find one of the reactors. Now, you know from the layout and from the information you've scouted out so far that there are 3 reactors on this base. If you can get to one of them, you have a chance to shut the whole thing down. But it'll take a little finesse. Because if you just blow up the reactor, the base can divert their remaining power to keep their stuff functioning. And I doubt you guys are going to want to run the gauntlet you would need to run to destroy a reactor, fight your way through the maintenance tunnels to get to a second reactor and blow that one too. But
sorry, Dyne. I know you like blowing things up.
But what you can do is if you can get to one of the 3 reactors, you can load some malicious code into their systems that will throw everything off and shut the entire base down. So that was the plan you elected to do last time. As you kind of enter these maintenance tunnels, they are large. Very large, and you immediately see why. These maintenance tunnels are almost like roads. There are large machines down here, various like construction and maintenance machines. You see like forklifts, and you see like large pallets of equipment and whatnot. This seems to be kind of like one of the arteries of the base to get things from place to place. So you're able to kind of march right in with your mechs. As you kind of move along the tunnel, you will note the klaxons are going off. It does seem an alert was raised, so you're going to have to be quick. Using the info that you have about where to go, you are able to descend further into the tunnels. As you're going forward, there is, unfortunately, the first obstacle you encounter, which is it appears that they've activated some internal defenses, and there are some bulkheads ahead of you that have closed.
Okay. Are there any terminals, access panels next to the bulkheads that have closed?
So, not in the tunnel itself, but there are various access hallways that lead off of the main tunnel.
Gotcha.
like man-sized tunnel. Like there are rooms that move off of the main room that look like they could head to either like a broom closet or a control station for all you know. But unfortunately, that's not something that's readily apparent.
Sure. So we would have to get out of our mechs if we wanted to.
If you wanted to do that. So you would have to find some way to deal with these bulkheads.
Gotcha.
Let me ask you this, Bob. Is my core power still active?
I mean, it can't run indefinitely, so it's probably burned out after the fights, unfortunately.
Okay. Unfortunately, I can't be a bunker buster again.
I assume we've also exhausted our heat. Like you use heat for big attacks too.
Yeah, all of you would have probably cooled down at this point.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get out of the mech and start looking around quick.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that Astro would say, "All right, if I can find an access point, I might be able to hack these bulkheads open. But I'm gonna have to get out of the mech and look around. Sound good, everyone?"
Yeah, I'll help.
Dyne will stay in his mech on alert just in case.
Okay, then I'll climb out also. I was thinking that one of us needed to guard, but we don't need to. So I'll climb out also.
All right. So dismounting my mech. So I'll take a look. How many sort of access tunnels or hallways do we have available to us?
2, one to the left and one to the right.
All right. I'm gonna check the one to the left.
All right. As you kind of approach the door and check the door, it is locked.
Can I just force it open?
How do you do that?
Good old
A gun.
good old brute force. Just like shoulder tackle it.
Yeah, you would just need to make a
take a few
pilot
steps
check.
back.
Yeah, if you're gonna try and charge through the door.
Let's see. Does this count as take control?
No.
Use force, violence, presence, or will, or direct action to take control of something. But I'm not really taking control
No,
of the
you're destroying
door.
something.
I'm trying to destroy a door. Yeah. All right. Just I'm gonna roll a straight d20 here. 19.
Yeah, just you all see Astro kind of approach the door, tries the handle, takes a couple of steps back, and just like shoulder slams this door. And it's not that it was like not well made door or something. You succeed, but it's not the movie version of breaking through the door, Astro. You slam the door really hard with your shoulder, and you can hear something in the frame of the door crack, and the door pushes a little bit further than it's supposed to, and that now that it's cracked, you still have to like get your arm up into the door and like push real hard and like knock it the rest of the way out of the frame. You basically busted, where the...
It's not like the prop doors that I'm used to on set.
You still have to like continue to apply force to like push past the part that's broken and stuff, but you're eventually able to force the door open.
Also, my shoulder really hurts.
I'm sure it does.
It's like, ow! What kind of material are they using? All right, so yeah, I reach in there, force it open. I also kind of imagine it like you ever saw the very first sketch of the show I Think You Should Leave, where Tim Robinson opens the door the wrong way.
Oh yeah,
his face is just red and full of sweat, but he does it.
Coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you're able to press through the door and crack it open. That the door frame is definitely ruined at this point.
All right, I'll push myself inside. Take a look around.
All right, you take a look around, and it is the like emergency clactions are going off overhead, and the room you're in, has like emergency lighting with like a rotating like What are the things called?
Oh, I know what you're talking
the lights that spin.
about. Like the beacons.
The alert lights.
Yeah.
I wanted to say siren, but that's the part that makes noise. What's the other part called?
I think we all on the same page.
Okay.
Flashers? They have a name.
They have a name.
Flashers, actually.
All right. So anyway, they're spinning around in the ceiling. The room is covered in like rotating red lights.
Strobe.
Sure. That's reasonable.
I think that might be it. Yeah.
But yeah, you burst through the door. You take a look around in the kind of rotating red. You do see that this is like a little supply depot down here. In the back, there's like 3 little rooms. It's like the room you broke into, a room to your right, and a room directly forward. The room directly forward is just open. You can see back there, it's like a little kitchenette with like a refrigerator, like a little table, just like 2 chairs next to it, a sink. It's just like a small kitchen. The room you're in right now is a room that has like a table, like a square table, 2 chairs. There's like some papers on the table. And then to your right, the door is like partially ajar and it's dark in there, but with the rotating strobe lights, you can make out that there's a couple of beds in there. This appears to be some sort of break room.
Okay. I'll just poke my head out of the door I broke through and said, appears to be some kind of living quarters. I don't think it's going to be very useful. I'll take a quick look around, but in the meantime, can someone check the other hallway?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll go down that hallway.
Well, we can go together, I guess.
Okay.
All right, so you both go over. On the other side of the hall, there is another door. This one is a little bit larger than the one Astro went through. It's like a double door that seems to go into another area. But yeah, it's 2 doors, kind of like 2 handles locked in the middle.
All right. I assume it's locked.
I mean, we just do the same thing, do the Astro shoulder tackle.
I'd rather not. How about we just break open the panel there and hotwire the door?
Okay. Yeah, let's try that. I can. It seems like a hacker fix roll.
Definitely is.
Okay. Oh wow, these are not up to date in my roll 20 thing. My modifier is okay.
You should have a +4. I think you had the same
do.
as me.
And I rolled a 23, so I think I'm okay.
Yeah, there's not exactly like a panel here, but you are able to like just find like a service area into the wiring that you're able to get into. You're able to, short the door basically and, kind of have the emergency release go off. You hear a chunk next to the door.
Nice.
All right, cool.
I open the door.
All right. You open the door and the red strobe is going off in here, but these twin doors lead to a large room. There are just racks and racks and racks of equipment. It is like a small little supply depot. Like directly in front of you, there's like a rack, maybe like five shelves high. And behind that, there's another one. And behind that, there's another one. It goes back maybe a ways.
Huh.
Some sort of storage area.
I guess, yeah. I'm just trying to think, like, probably not anything we could use if we're trying to move quickly. I mean, maybe we could find a panel or something, but it's probably all storage, yeah.
Is there any kind of way leading to the other side of the main door we're trying to get past?
Make some sort of like quick looking around or finding things out or investigation-y type check.
Read a situation, get somewhere quickly. Either one of those, I guess.
Yeah, get somewhere quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what you want here.
Oh, no, that's a 5.
Okay. You look around and it's like overwhelmingly large. It's like you go to where the obvious part would be. It was like, well, let's just go to the wall that's toward the door. And it's like, it's one of those things where the rack goes back and then hits the wall. So you would have to go down each row to see if it went somewhere.
So this is like a siege door that came down.
It is two door, like the main door in the hallway. It's like two sliding doors that meet in the middle, so it's a vertical slit going up and down the door.
Do I know anything about the procedures with CoreSec when it comes to like fire safety? Like, do I think there's some way I could simulate like some sort of fire or smoke going into a vent somewhere to like let it release to like, let people not burn to death?
That's a good idea. I need to think about CoreSec's priorities real quick.
How much does it care about its workers?
Oh, that's not what I'm trying to consider. If that was the question, the door wouldn't open.
I figured.
No. Okay. So I know exactly the answer. So, Rock, what you remember is that if you can somehow trick the system into thinking that there is a fire that safety personnel can't get to, that endangers the base's operations, the door would open.
Okay.
So if you can trick the system into thinking there's a fire in a critical, quote unquote, location, the doors would open to let maintenance workers get to that critical location.
Okay. I assume we have like a comm system.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You have local comms with each other. You would just need like an Omni hook to talk to Torsay back at the ship.
Sure.
Which I have an Omni hook, so if we wanted to contact
if we needed to, sure.
as our operator, we can.
Over the link, I'll just go, okay, so I can't find a way through, but if we're able to trick this door into thinking that there's a fire at a crucial area and we need to get to it, it should let us in. Can you trick the system somehow? COMET?
I think I should be able to. I just need to find an access node.
I'll nod over at CHIMERA and then point in a direction, start checking that way.
Could we just start a fire?
We're on the wrong side for that.
Oh, fair. Yeah. Okay. Let's look for.
Well, I guess if we started a big enough fire, that would just take care of all our problems.
If you started a sufficiently large fire, there wouldn't be a comm station. But since you don't have that available to you, we'll try other things first. But yeah, I imagine the two of you like sweep through this storage room trying to find an access node then. Yeah, it takes you a little bit of time, but down one of the rows, you're eventually able to find like this local area, the console that's used probably for like inventory and like monitoring, like putting things in and taking things out. If you had to guess, Rock.
There isn't any sign of like as we're searching. There's no sign of like anyone who's been down here recently, right?
The place is empty.
I don't want anyone to kind of like been hiding in a corridor and then jumping out on us.
I'm not saying that won't happen. It just hasn't happened.
Reduce the chance of us being taken by surprise.
Okay, you're on guard. I'll keep that in mind.
Hey, while they've been exploring the supply depot area, I just wanted to have Astro kind of check around the living quarters a little bit. And he's not going to really spend too much time there, but I want him to kind of investigate and see if he can find any sort of like written material or records of some sort. Like maybe people have like procedure manuals there, or maybe there's like someone's journal, anything that like could probably like provide some sort of intelligence on the operating of the station or anything else, I guess.
All right.
I'm not choosy about what the information contains.
Make a pilot check to do kind of a deep search for info.
All right, so can I add my investigation trigger? All right, let's do it. Sec. Oh, I was on the wrong tab. All right. Investigate. I rolled a 20.
You're looking through, and you kind of go through the kitchen. Fridge is empty except for some like bottles of Future Gatorade.
I love Future Gatorade.
Spacerade.
Future aid.
Space reptile that lives in a swamp aid. And you just sweep the area. You're like, nope, nothing here. You go back, you shuffle through the papers on the desk. You're like, oh, papers, that's usually interesting. And it's literally like the most bullshit thing. You know, it's like nothing. It's like paperwork that is given. It's the kind of paperwork that's given to people that does it really need to get done? Probably not. It's like busy work kind of shit. And you just discard it. You open up the kind of like sleeper room. It's nice and dark in there. And you kind of like shuffle through. There is a personal locker in here, though, that's unlocked. And you just kind of open it up to see what's inside. And you find a jacket in there. A nice jacket. It looks like, you know, kind of almost like like an Air Force style looking jacket.
Yeah.
And you're like, ooh, nice jacket. But you know to check, and you check the pockets for the jacket. And what you're able to find is you pull out a little key card.
Aha. That could be handy.
Roll a D100.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, it is a key card to the lunchroom.
I rolled an 8.
An 8.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
I was looking at probability. You pull out the key card and you look at it and you're like, oh, nice jacket. Oh, yeah, someone's personal key card. And you read the name on it. And the name on the key card is Jonathan Ferris.
Jonathan Ferris.
Oh my god.
It's come full circle.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. Take his jacket. No, not the ski card. Take the jacket also. It's a nice jacket.
I mean, I was doing that anyway.
COMET comes back wearing a jacket with a key card.
Okay, so remind me do we know who Jonathan Ferris is? I might have forgot.
He was the dude on the other end with Evelene when she convinced him to not send repair crews down.
That's
and pissed him
right.
off.
It's
Nice.
the IT guy that was kind of a jerk. He really is doing his job.
Okay, yeah. So I have his jacket.
How
That'll
nice are we talking
definitely
about? Is this like a leather jacket or like a Michael Jackson?
I imagine like a Top Gun Tom Cruise jacket.
That's what I was going for. Yeah.
Oh no. Definitely take that.
With the Boys starts playing after you put it on.
When you get back from this mission, you all need to go play volleyball with each other.
do. All right, so I'll come back to Supply Depot and find you guys. Say, hey, never guess what I found. How do you like my new jacket?
It's all right.
Remember that guy you were arguing with? I guess it's his. And I'll show you the key card.
Oh my god, you should keep that jacket. Like, I wasn't impressed before, but now I'm impressed. Keep that jacket. Actually, did you leave him a note? Did you leave a note?
Is there any reflective surface in this room?
No.
Wait,
I mean,
I'm sorry.
Doesn't that mean that there's some sort of like control station nearby, or at least a comm station?
I don't think that's guaranteed.
And
well, I
there
mean,
may
he
be, but it
called
may
out
be
to us, and his jacket's here with an ID on it, so he's probably not incredibly far away.
I mean, I would assume so, but it may be through the bulkheads.
Yeah.
What about this access node you found? Is there a card reader on it?
I don't feel particularly qualified to answer that, so I'll wait until Bob does.
Oh, okay. So the access point, it doesn't have a card reader on it. It's just like the inventory terminal for the warehouse.
Okay, so yeah, it's its own system, so I'm probably gonna have to do some hacking to connect to the larger network. All right. Well, I'll give it a try. Um, I'll take out the cable from the subjectivity enhancement suite that's embedded in my wrist, and I'll start removing some paneling and finding a place to jack in.
All right, and you do just that. As you move into the system, you can sense around you almost like a virtual representation of the warehouse you're in. For a moment, it almost feels like you haven't done anything, except now you're like virtually in a room where your friends aren't, but the room looks very similar.
Yeah, like, and to you guys on the outside, it like once he jacks in, it kind of looks like he goes into a trance. His eyes start flickering and roll up into his head a little bit.
So this is what the 80s thought hacking was.
Oh no, he's been possessed.
Yeah.
Someone's like
exorcism.
wearing a literal leather jacket and sunglasses, surfing the web in the VR space.
It's not that he's completely like removed from the world. Like you could probably like, say Astro or tap me on the shoulder or something, but he's certainly like processing a different environment around him right now. All right, so can I see if this like little inventory system is connected to an intranet that sort of like system-wide network?
It does want your login credentials.
Okay. Any information on the ID card, like an employee ID or anything like that?
Yes. You can use the login ID.
All right.
You'll still need a password.
I will try Cool Jacket as the password.
It doesn't work.
On the back of the ID on a sticky note.
That would not be very secure. I'll check both sides of the ID. All right. Can I start running some password breaking software that I have
absolutely
loaded into my enhancement suite?
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and make a pilot check to hack the system.
Oof, that's a 6.
You try to break into the larger kind of like CoreSec system for the base. And it seems like they have some sort of security in here that detects your stuff as soon as you load it. It shuts them down, shuts down your terminal, and locks this terminal out of the system.
All right. I might have screwed that up. At least on this terminal, we're locked out.
Is there only the one?
That's the one you guys were able to find.
Darn.
What about in this room? Are there any are there any other service access points or air vents?
Yeah. I mean, there's air vents. They're not people sized though.
We can't John McClane our way through them.
If you had something smaller, you could send through them maybe, but like probably nothing no bigger than a mouse. They're the size, they're those like mail slot size ones that like you could stick your arm down there, but not your body,
Yep. All right. I'll say, I'm going to check back in the living quarters. Maybe there's a computer system there I missed.
You would have, I'll save you the
I would've
time.
seen
You
it.
would have seen it if you were there. You don't need to like waste time to go
Okay,
back and
sure,
check.
sure.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else have any bright ideas? I kind of screwed that up.
It happens. I'm just trying to think. What other options we have other than like. Bulkhead's probably too big, too thick to drill through. Not in a reasonable amount of time.
I guess I'm just gonna keep exploring around this huge area for anything useful or anything that can help.
All right, Brock, as you spend some additional time kind of like combing through the equipment and everything that they keep in here, you do note that like this is a lot of like construction material for the rest of the base, as well as like tools, like power tools and stuff that needs checked out. It's kind of like a supply depot and material supply room. So there's like a whole shelf that's just like, oh, here's, tools that you can get. Here's, various hardware. Here's, materials to build stuff with. It isn't until you get to like the final row of the room and kind of check down its length that you find that there is another exit from this room. But it does not go the way you wanted. So it's kind of the last thing you're finding in the room.
It's something new.
Yeah, it is something new. It leads out of this supply depot and further into the base. It's kind of like offset, but in the back wall from where you came in.
Okay, I'll message I found another way on the comms, and then with my gun drawn, just look through, see if there's anyone there, and start moving through it.
All right, you open the door, and this klaxon's still going off. What this door opens to is a human-sized hallway that seems to run parallel to the larger hallway you were going through with your mechs. You do imagine it is possible that this hallway might go past the bulkhead, but you don't know what is that way.
Yeah, I'll keep going down it.
All right.
I'll start heading to meet up with
us?
Rock.
I'm not waiting for you, but I'm not moving particularly fast because I'm careful with the people that might be here. But
yeah, I'll be following Astro as we both head toward the hallway.
Rock,
if you
as
guys
you
light jogged, you'd catch up quick.
You said you're kind of moving pretty carefully, right, Rock?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make a pilot check that indicates that you're taking this carefully.
Act unseen or unheard. How about?
I think that'll be
Or
it.
read a situation. I don't know. Take your pick. They're the same.
Social. It's a social thing. Yeah, that's a person thing. Yeah, act unseen or unheard is better here.
Yeah. 7.
You're as you're kind of like creeping through the hallway, you do note that 2 panels on the wall flip open, and out the side of them, a couple of automated defenses start unleashing on you.
Oh, sure.
You're going to have to dodge out of the way of this or do something to destroy them before they can get a solid hit on you.
I'd like to shoot them both.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll to attack them.
All right. 14.
For your assault?
Yep.
All right, so you kind of can dive forward a little bit, get out of their range, and you just take aim on them and just quickly pop each one. They do get kind of thrown off and go down, but that is, to your mind, probably not the last of the defenses down here.
Okay. I don't lose any hit points or anything?
No. You were able to deal with them before they could get you.
Okay. All right, well, I'll keep an eye out for those now. Or something similar.
As you make your way further down the hallway, you do note there are doors coming off each side, and like ahead of you, you haven't reached it yet. There is a cross-shaped hallway where your hallway keeps going forward, but it splits off to the left and right.
Yeah.
Do we catch up the Rock?
I imagine you would at some point, yeah.
Okay, and we would have seen the destroyed.
You would have destroyed turrets, yeah.
Yeah. Well, 3 paths, 3 people.
Yeah.
Also,
we
you
gotta
passed
hurry.
2 doors on the way here too.
Oh, did we? Okay.
I'll take a look at those doors. What about these doors? Do they have card readers?
One of them does, the other doesn't.
I'll try using the card on the one with the card reader.
All right, so that's the second door. So you see the 2 doors, and you're like, I'm going to go to that one first.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yes.
So you go up, you scan the card reader. Instantly, the door, flashes green, 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 and the door unlocks. You hear it, chick.
All right, step inside.
All right. Instantly, you step inside this room and you feel cold air. And it's not like cold like the Arctic cold outside. It's like you feel circulating air. It's like you feel air conditioning when you walk into this room. And immediately you know why, because there are just server racks through the whole room.
Uh-huh. This I think I could make use of. Okay, so usually like a server room will have a sort of like an interface, a terminal or display.
Yeah, it's literally right there when you walk in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like right up front.
All right. I'll try to log in here. I assume it probably is password protected.
It is.
All right. Let's do the same thing. Let's try to run my password cracking software.
Are you still using the same username?
You know what? I wonder if that's a smart idea.
Do you still have Smitty's information from last time?
Yeah.
What would you say, Jeremy?
So do you still have Smithy's information from last time? Smitty, whatever his name was?
I was just a message from him. I don't think it was actually his credentials or anything.
Yeah, but he has credentials, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
He did have like a username or something, or an employee ID, right?
Yeah, you found his records.
Yeah.
Remember there was the records room that you found?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, let me use his employee ID.
Okay.
All right, and then I'll connect my enhancement suite to the terminal there and start running my hacking program. So,
all right, let me set this up for you. Oh,
yeah.
All right.
Too late. You already rolled it.
Yes. Okay.
I'm an eager beaver. Do you want to set it up and then I could say what I rolled? Or roll again?
We already rolled a 23.
It's a good roll. I was just taking.
So what I was going to try and explain to you is what was it. Try not to roll until I tell you what's at risk.
Yeah.
Okay, because this was going to be a risky check, but you already rolled over a 20, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, you're able to hack into the system. You have to abandon the username, though. Well, not abandon so much as you have to give it different credentials. Because Smithy is not authorized to use any of this shit because he's from a different base and not a technician. He was like an officer at a relay station. So you get in and you're like, oh God, this guy doesn't even have the clearance to do what I'm trying to do. So that's kind of what the risky thing is. You're trying to build a profile for this guy that will let you do what you need to do without causing suspicion. You do so, though, and in doing so, you are able to, access the entire system from here.
That's great. Can I do I have control over the reactors?
Absolutely not. Are you kidding me? No,
Okay,
those are
okay.
a closed system. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Had to ask. All right, but what about security measures? I would like to see if I can release the bulkheads and also, if possible, turn off the the emergency alarms?
The security system you can't operate from here, and the bulkheads are tied into the security system right now because it is like an emergency that has closed them. It is not just like they're closed, I need them to open with authorization. It is they sealed themselves because like there's an emergency attack. Like you can't get into the security system from here. You'll have to figure out another way to use this.
Okay. How about this? So, all right. Do I have a layout of the base that I can access? Like, what do I know what's past the bulkheads?
Yes. So there are a few
What
things past the
facilities?
bulkhead that you can see on what you have available to you. What is past you is basically like further down, there is like a communication station that is off to one side. It goes further and deeper into the base. You do see that there is a checkpoint ahead, like a security checkpoint further down the way. And you do see there is those cargo elevators, but they're not, it's like a diagonal elevator. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It like goes down a slope. It's like, you know what I'm talking about. The elevator that goes down a slope instead of going straight up and down. One of those at the end of the hallway, that goes to the deep recesses of the base. That's where the reactors are.
Gotcha.
So it's basically there's a comm node for like local communications past the bulkhead. Past that, there's a checkpoint, security checkpoint. Past that, there is an elevator that leads to the bottom of the base.
Gotcha. So, what I'm wondering is, with the bulkheads closed off, can I do anything like turn off life support past the bulkheads, create some sort of conditions that would force the bulkheads to open?
So if you remember what Rock told you earlier,
right?
You can do that from here. You can basically say, oh, there's like a fire or something in a critical part of the network that will cause the doors to open for technicians to get to it for repairs.
Okay. So would it be just like creating a fake alert? I don't have to actually like create a fire by like
you
overheating
need to,
some system, or
you just need the system to think that there's one.
Yeah. Okay. That seems like a promising route. So
using the access you already have and Rock's idea, you are able to do that. There's no additional checks needed there. You are able to basically tell the system, hey, just past the bulkheads, there's like some sort of issue that's going to like cause like a electrical explosion that's going to like render the communication station inoperable or something like that.
Yeah.
And that does release the bulkheads. Back at the mechs, Orion, you do hear just a as like the bulkheads behind you delatch from each other and slowly start to creak open.
I'm just going to say, oh, good. I'm glad they figured that out. Otherwise, I would have had to go to plan B.
Explosion?
Yeah, I was going to say, is that an explosion?
Well, yes, because I actually have a system that allows me to just destroy sections of objects out in the world, although it does 10 AP damage at a time, and I think a bulkhead's probably a bit stronger than 10, maybe 20, but it would have been a bit more disturbing.
Yeah. We've had to work at it a little bit. On the radio, I'll just hit everyone up and say, so I was able to get into their computer systems and mock up a false alert that caused the bulkheads to open. I suggest we get back to our mechs as quickly as possible before, maybe this gets reverted. Sound good?
Back to our mechs we go.
Are we going to run into another bulkhead on the way?
Yeah.
Do you have a map?
Like a map or?
It sounds like from what I gleaned from the information that past the bulkheads we'll be able to access the elevator that'll take us down to the reactors.
You do see there's a security station, but it does not appear that there's a bulkhead there, but there is like some sort of security measure. It just says security station on the map. You imagine the people who work here would know what that means.
I'll say there's no bulkheads, but there's a security station or checkpoint that we'll have to pass to get to the elevator.
Is there a way to access it on foot, and should we hit it at both angles?
Well, let me check the base layout, and I'll start typing in a few more commands and see if I can find any like in-person ways to access the security station from where we are.
Yes, so you can get to the security station both on foot and in mech. The hallway that heads like, basically, if you were to continue forward at the cross rock when he pulls up the map, if you were to continue straight forward, you would eventually make your way to like the man-sized hallway that goes past the security station. Additionally, the main kind of maintenance shaft goes that way as well.
Okay, I'll relay all this to you, Rock. Rock, do you want to go on ahead on foot?
Let's do teams of two, eh? You and me head up to the security station.
Sounds good. Evelene, go back and meet up with Dyne and get in your mechs and start heading forward.
All right. I mean, it means we're gonna have to leave your guys' mechs unattended to.
Our mechs have like a basic walk, follow function, defend itself thing, right?
Unless you have it equipped, there is like a base AI that lets you do that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, do you have that?
I wasn't sure if I needed something equipped for it or not.
Astro has Hitchcock.
So yeah,
If you want to trust
was
him,
that the GMS that had that?
Yeah,
or something?
it's the dummy plug.
Yeah,
that would let you do that, but you would need to have it equipped.
Okay. I don't have that, so yeah.
AI can act. So a mech with AI tag has an NHP.
I mean, I can get in and kind of semi-pilot it, at least for the purpose of walking it, because Artemis and Castor can pilot my mech.
That's true.
At least for the purpose of getting it down. I would not want to be in his mech during combat.
Yeah, you'd basically be permanently impaired if you tried to pilot someone else's mech.
Don't activate basically anything. Just walk in it.
Okay, I'll say, okay, I think I can handle that.
All right.
Yeah.
Can I
really think about walking?
Like, we really end up with one of those situations where you have to go through a fucking G Gundam style, like, what's going on? The way you get into it.
So can I contact Hitchcock and say, I'm going to need you to follow the other mechs as they start moving into the base?
No, of course. I'll keep my eyes on them.
Thank you. All right.
Okay.
Should be good.
We'll shuffle all four mechs down the tunnel then.
So, yeah, you wait for Evelene to get back to her mech. She remounts, and then between the two of you, you're able to kind of shepherd your mechs forward. You are going to pass the comm station in case you're interested in checking it out, but if not, it is kind of like a side area off of the main area. It is clearly marked, like it is like obviously a larger section of the base. There is like within the comm station, there is like a local comms sort of thing. That you're going to pass as you go by in the mechs. For Astro and Rock, who are going through kind of like the human passages, It is obvious that these go off in various other directions. You even see a few instances where there would be basically like stairs and like elevators that go up further if you really needed to, but you do know that where you're trying to get to does not lie in that direction. Are you going to like just dead on like ignore the side passages and other doors to try and get to the security station?
I would say so, unless Rock has any objections.
No, I don't. I don't see a reason to mess with them.
All right. With the klaxons going off, you continue down the hallway. For those of you in the mechs, as you continue down the hallway, you hear a beeping noise.
Is this coming from one of the mechs or something in the hallway?
Something in the hallway.
I'm gonna look around, see if there's like a flashing light or anything that sort of indicates that, hey, this is where it's coming from.
Yeah, it seems you've passed a point on the wall, and you look on the wall, and there's a little blinking light that's just beeping. It's beeping loudly. It seems like you passed it, and now it's flashing.
Does it look like a motion sensor or something?
You think it probably is, because as you turn to look at the motion sensor that you tripped, two mech-sized turrets just kind of descend out of the ceiling and open fire on you.
Good guess.
Okay. How far away are they?
They're right above you.
Okay, so I could just like reach up and just hit it with something.
I need all mechs to make a check to get out of the way. It'll be a agility check.
How do we do that for the mechs that are being AI piloted?
For Evelene, yours is real easy. You just need to make an agility check. That's a failure.
Uses my stats.
Yeah,
because
Artemis uses your stuff because it's the upgraded version of the AI, so you just get to roll as well. Rock, you would roll your mech's agility with difficulty, or just tell Dyne what the thing is for him to roll it, because he would have difficulty rolling it in your mech.
Sure. I'd see the problem he would have is overcompensating.
Most likely.
Like hardcore. Let me see.
Wall or something, because it's a lot lighter than.
Oh,
not
this thing
just
is,
lighter.
Yeah.
Faster.
Lighter, faster, and operates based on thought.
I didn't know that last detail.
Yeah.
Wait.
So agility is 4. So there's a +4 to agility.
And then a minus a d6 for you.
Want me to roll it?
Yeah, you're in the mech.
You probably should, yeah.
20.
Ooh,
fine.
very nice. Dyne, you've adapted very nicely to operating Rock's mech. In fact, I would say that going from yours to his feels like moving light speed.
Nice.
It is so different in terms of speed. You feel like you could run to the moon.
I was like, wait, my mech is like, what's speed?
Yeah, it's almost like before you realize you needed to dodge, you're already out of the way. All right.
Worth saying, nice. I already rolled my dice. I rolled a 6, so I definitely failed.
All right, so Astro rolled for Hitchcock, is that right?
Yeah.
Hitchcock doesn't use your thing though, does he?
Oh, I'm not sure how that works. Let's see. AI can't benefit from talents and have a small chance of cascading. Yeah, I know that. It's a set of actions and reactions.
I mean, Artemis benefits from it for me specifically because of my technophile talent.
I don't know how that would work.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me just pull you up real quick.
Yeah.
Pilot roster. All right. Okay, here we go. Where's the thing on Technophile that says that, Jeremy?
I am trying to be stupid.
Okay.
It's under Enlightenment class NHP. It's actually the specific thing. Your mech gains the AI tag, however, this NHP doesn't count towards the number of AIs you have. This NHP benefits from your talents when piloting your mech. Additionally, you may carry them outside of the mech, either as a miniaturized casket,
It's
hard suit integrated
talents.
plug-in.
I see. Okay. So you would still get the normal score, Astro. It's just it can't benefit from any talents you would have that might help.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
All right. So I still think you get a 13 then.
Yes.
Okay. So 13 for you. 16 for Artemis.
Yep.
20 for the final phase, piloted currently by Dyne, and then 6, of course, for our funny spiky friend.
I have armor. It's okay.
Yeah, you do. These laser turrets just kind of flush heat at you. It is like being caught by a flamethrower trap. Evelene, as the only one who got hit, you take 3 burn.
Oh, burn! It's Evelene's favorite.
My heart dropped when you said burn.
Sorry,
God
buddy.
Well, I know it was not your intention, but I'm still sad.
It was his intention, actually.
I said, how can I make you sad? That's what I want to do.
Such devastation. I completely forgot how burn works. It's
you take 3 damage
immediately,
yeah,
and you have to clear it. Otherwise, you take recurring 3 damage.
Okay. Shoot. So I actually had to pull open active mode again to figure out what my health was. Okay. I will. I can't clear the heat until these guys are down, but I'll take the burn right now.
Well, no, you take 3 damage initially, and then after your turn, you can either you clear it, otherwise you take additional burn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're at 8 out of 16 right now, right?
5 now.
All right. Well, now 5, and you're up to 3 burn. Now you guys need to do something about the turrets because they're just going to re-aim and shoot at you again.
Dyne is just going to say over the comms, Artemis, shoot them.
Artemis takes great glee in shooting them. Yes, it is not really a issue. These are kind of just sit here to be roadblocks for you. These are not like the base's full defenses, but are definitely a deterrent. Artemis just unleashes your weapons, gaining you some heat, but nothing irreversible. And yeah, there are now just 2 smoking craters in the ceiling.
I'm going to clear my burn.
All right, Chimera.
Or forget about it.
Yeah, not feeling great, but you're okay. I assume you take the time to stabilize so you don't have to roll for the burn.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Artemis takes out the things, and you both, by the way, get like a little Artemis face show up on your screen, just like Hunter's face paint shows up on the screen and just says, "You should let me do this more often."
Dyne won't say anything in response. He's like, let's keep going.
Dyne says, "That's a trap. I'm not falling into that trap." All right. So you continue down the causeway, now trying to keep a lookout for any more of those motion sensors. On foot, Comet and Rock, you head further down. I would say, which one of you is taking the lead?
Probably me.
Probably you.
Actually, I was going to suggest that, do you have a stealth suit, hard suit on?
I don't, but if you want to go ahead with that.
Yeah, I was gonna activate it, which makes me invisible, and take the lead here, and just move along carefully, and trying not to set off any more alarms or defenses as we go.
Okay. Comet, then you can make me an act unseen or unheard and take accuracy for being invisible.
Alrighty doody. Accuracy. Oops. Okay, so let's do unseen, unheard. That didn't add my accuracy, so I'll just add it. I rolled a 10 and a d6, right? Plus 4, 14.
You are able to get close without being noticed. But Astro, you're the first to find that ahead of you, you can hear voices.
I'll whisper to Rock. I hear some people talking up ahead. I think we have company.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Voices.
Let's wait for our mechs to engage them from the other side and then take them at the same time by surprise.
Sounds good.
I will say the two of you do know, based off of the schematics, that the security station is up ahead, at least your side of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a pretty good sense that up ahead of us. Yeah, go ahead.
I was under the assumption that like this security station is also out looking into the hallway where the mechs are.
Yes.
Like it's kind of a connected thing. So okay.
Yeah,
because that's like the point of it. That's where they want the security. Yeah.
That is 100% correct. It is, yeah. From the schematics, what you can tell is it's like one of those security stations that has like, like the reinforced windows that look out onto the central causeway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So on the mech side, you guys continue down the hallway. And according to the schematics that Astro sent you, you do know that there is a security station up ahead. From a distance, you can make out what looks to be, I would say, people who are ready for you. No one's looking exactly this way, but you can tell that there are various scanners in the hallway. And who of you is taking the lead?
Not me.
I would imagine that Artemis is taking the lead.
Artemis is taking the lead.
Gung ho.
Okay, Artemis is taking the lead and says, "Ooh, looks like there's some flies I can shoot."
Just keep an eye out for any more motion sensors.
If you don't do anything, she cocks her gun.
I don't do anything.
All right.
I'm not stopping her. She's in the most powerful mech right now.
She fires. You don't know what she saw because she didn't feel that you needed to know. But you do see a tiny explosion in the hallway ahead of you. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of tiny drones start rushing in your direction.
Nice.
Oh, no.
Can I take aim and fire at the drones in response? They run towards us?
Yeah, I assume so. Rock, go ahead and help him out with your rolls.
Well, you have a anti-material rifle, a vulture DMR, and a thermal pistol.
These are pretty small drones, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they're all like 1/2 size. They're like, you saw Artemis shoot one with your gun and it immolated. It was gone. But there's like 12 headed towards you.
How big are they?
Like half size, like 1/2, right? Like could be the size of a person.
Probably shoot them with the thermal pistol.
You could DMR and thermal pistol.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, yeah, go ahead and make those rolls. If you want to just go ahead and add disadvantage to both of those.
Does he get frame trait abilities and stuff? Like, does that...
None of that. He can't activate any of those things because this is like, it's not set up for him.
Sure. That's, fair.
Okay, so just 1d20 plus grit, I guess? Minus...
well, the DMR is still an accurate weapon, so that would cancel out.
Yeah,
so
for the DMR at
1d20.
least, it'll just be a d20.
Yeah, plus grit.
So 1d20 plus grit. Okay, so we'll fire the DMR first. 12. Or 14, sorry.
All right, and what's the damage on there?
1d6 plus 1.
1d6 plus 1. Oh, I just literally put 1d6 plus
Nice.
1. 7.
Gone. Just you shoot another one out of the sky.
All right.
You have another weapon to shoot.
Yeah. Rolled a 9 for the thermal pistol.
9 will. Let me check something real quick. Went to the wrong thing, but a different thing. A 9 will not hit.
Okay.
So you just fires past them. There's still like 10 of them heading your way.
Cool.
Can I shoot off a grapple turret and like see if there's like some debris or a plate that I can literally just kind of swat them with? Like just pull the whole plate against the wall and smash them against it.
Yeah, I like that. You know what? You probably find that there's like either a pallet or like an abandoned like forklift on the side of the side of like the pathway. You could definitely drag that.
That's the closest I have to a ranged weapon, so I want to see how that plays out. I'm not entirely sure what the dice roll is for that, though.
Yeah, because these are skill checks involving your suit, it'll have to be one of your suit skills. So either hull, agility, systems, or engineering. I'm going to call this engineering because you're creatively using one of your tools.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Engineering roll. Here we go. I rolled a 10.
Yeah, you basically grapple it onto an abandoned forklift, and the forklift is way lighter than the mechs that you normally use for this thing. So after the tether reaches out, grabs onto the forklift, and drags it across, it's just like a mini wrecking ball that flies through the middle of this swarm of small drones. You take out like 4 of them. There are still 6 drones headed your direction. Everyone gets to do one thing before
That leaves
downsides.
Astro.
Yeah.
So what would Hitchcock do in this situation, Astro?
Film it.
I mean, you're right.
Yeah, I don't. Do I actually have any say in what Hitchcock would?
Yes,
do?
you do. I will say yes. In this situation, he is trying to do what he's supposed to because he is not in Cascade.
Okay. And so what's left now? What's the situation?
There are
Like
still
6 little drones.
Yeah, there are 6 little security drones flying towards your mechs. As this is happening, by the way, Hitchcock is sending you a message, Astro, being like, I'm being engaged by a bunch of tiny birds. They're everywhere.
The birds.
The birds. Oh my.
This inspires me. All right.
That would be over the general comms. Everyone would hear that.
Yeah. I think he would just attack them with his Nexus weapons.
Okay.
So just roll a couple of these. I rolled a 7 and 17.
All right.
Attack rolls.
7 ain't going to do it, but the 17 is going to swallow 2 of them. They just like the nanites swarm over them and they just are engulfed.
All right. Yeah, that's really it for him
All right.
now.
As the remaining 4 launch towards your position, each one of them locks on to one of your mechs and fires. All right, everyone take 2 energy damage.
Oh, I can take that.
So yeah, for Chimera, that would hit your armor.
No chance to
Orion,
dodge or anything?
you would only no. They're
Okay.
yeah. That's just gets hit on this.
All right.
Armor still works, so Orion, you would only take 1.
Okay.
I'll take the final cut down to 6 HP.
Sheesh, I'm at 2.
All right. You see them loop around and make for another pass. While this is happening, what are you two doing in the hallway?
Now,
right, so
are they
do we
engaging
hear-
the...
Go ahead. Sorry, Rock.
I was wondering if they're engaging the security station here or not.
That is the security station. Yes, it appears they're activating defenses actively. Yeah.
Okay. Are they like more active now, like talking amongst each other more and everything?
Oh yeah. Like as soon as this, like you guys hear them kind of like pipe up a little bit, and then a few seconds later, you hear Hitchcock over the things go, "This little bird's attacking me. They're everywhere."
I'll turn to Rock and say, think we could take him by surprise now?
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Let's do it.
So we're going to try to ambush him.
Yeah, absolutely. Who's taking the lead on this roll?
If Rock's okay with it, while I'm still invisible, I'll take the lead and move up ahead and take a shot on them with my shotgun.
Okay. What trigger are you using?
I'd like to use... Okay, so maybe I'm not attacking them yet. I would like to use Act Unseen and Unheard just to get in a position where, like, I'm flanking them or I can really surprise them once I do attack.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll that with accuracy because you're still invisible.
All right. 11.
Yeah, no, you are able to get, there's like a couple of entrances into the security station. The security station is large because it needs to monitor that whole hallway, which is represented on your side as like, there's a couple of entrances at various points. Astro, you'd be able to switch, like, if you want to, sneak past a few of those and get to a farther one so that you can kind of like come at them from two different angles.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do.
All right, Rock, what do you want to do?
All right, the moment he fires, I'm going to go in as they're all looking up at him. I'm going to take one of my frag grenades and throw it at the other end of the room where I think we'd be safe, and then start firing at the other end of the room, like more towards the direction of, but not, aiming at where COMET is and everything, kind of covering him from behind.
Yeah, absolutely. You get to make this roll with accuracy because Astro has gotten you an advantageous position and is going to provide a really good distraction for you coming from that other side.
All right, cool. I'll just trigger assault. We don't do multiple triggers, do we?
No. Now that you guys are actually good at stuff,
or something.
Now that you guys are actually good at stuff, I don't feel as bad about it anymore. So one trigger.
Okay. 22.
22. Rock, you wait. You see the invisible image of Astro kind of like slip in the door. Astro, you're able to get up on them, and you just take aim. And as you walk in, the room is alight with screens. There are like maybe 7 people in here. Two of them at the front seem to be doing some sort of remote operation. Maybe they're piloting drones or something like that. There are various people who are like shouting to each other, like, no, call us in. Get him over here right now. Close it. Shut down the elevator. As you go in, you see some guy rushing over to a panel on the wall. You take aim at him, and as you fire, you blast him away before he can get to the panel on the wall. Rock, as soon as you hear it, you kick the door open, charge in, throw the grenade to the far end of the room while everyone's looking at where the shotgun blast came from. Lands between the two guys at the control stations, and just explodes as you guys unleash hell on them. It is quick. There are only like 6 people in here, and they didn't stand a chance.
Nice.
All right.
Like we know what we're doing.
Outside, as the drones that are remaining kind of like cycle around to take another attack on you, They all just start drifting in random directions. One slams into the side of the hallway and explodes. One of them seems to like lose its steering and just is bobbing all over the place. And then the other two just kind of like spin in midair and crash into the ground.
Are there, so these consoles are all activated except for maybe whatever I blew up?
Yeah, what you blew up, which was basically the controls for like the defenses themselves. Like you can see now from this side that you've just taken control of, there are spots for like turrets that fire like directly ahead, but they haven't gotten to that part of the hallway yet. You can see that there is an energy field that isn't like, it's not like one of those sci-fi adventure, like sci-fi energy shields which stops people from moving through it. It's one of those sci-fi energy shields that roasts you if you walk. It's like a wall of fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that kind of energy shielding. So they could have activated that. There's some like turret things on here that you can see, but things that are further back towards your side of the room still operable.
Okay, so let's deactivate the stuff that'll be in their way.
Oh, yeah. You get up to that, and you can already see that, like, obviously there's no one to man the turrets now, so those aren't just going to do anything. And actually, one thing you're able to see, Rock, is something that you have seen in other things before. I'm going to just activate your background here as being, previously a member. You're able to see, like, where the notifications for the automated turrets are. Like, you can see that one's tripped already. Like, you can see, like, the reports is like, oh, here are all the motion sensors in the hallway, and here are the turrets. And you can see that one was tripped and destroyed, and there's, like, 3 more coming up.
All right. I'm going to quickly say to COMET, can you pull these systems off of their net? Like, are they connected to other things, or are they just localized here?
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, COMET, you get over there, and it's just as I described to Rock. You can see that there are 3 more like motion sensor automated turrets ahead.
But they're not like connected to like a network of things or anything, right?
They're connected to this station.
So is there any way we could set up these to fire at other people that might be coming down this hallway that aren't us?
It would be tricky, but maybe.
COMET?
Yeah, I could see if I can update their target profiles. Let me take a hack at it.
All right.
I know a little bit about how stuff like this works at CoreSec. I kind of know how the programs work, if that helps.
Yeah, you actually know how the security stuff works. That's probably the best advice you can give. So
that's why I don't activate it other than times like that.
So what I'll say is, Astro, this would have been a difficult check to kind of like change these out. But because you have Rock, who knows how these things work, you're able to find a way to. You're able to find your way to the part of it that actually matters quicker than you thought you would.
Yeah. Cool. So once I do that, should I roll again to see if like I can do this successfully?
No, this is one roll to see if it works.
Okay.
So this will just be not
ignore that accuracy. So I rolled a
20.
Would have been a 20.
So a 20.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So on a 20, you're able to get in there. You check the motion sensors, and you're like, okay, no, can't have that. And you quickly erase their IFF profiles. You just dump the whole thing. You're like, okay, all these things on here that are designated friendly, let's trash this entire database. And let's load all of my friends as friendly. It does take a little bit. So, Rock, you're watching Astro as he gets to work on this. Are you doing anything else in here?
Yeah. Is there another way down this area more or anything? or is it this? This is it.
This hallway,
is there further hallway?
This person hallway keeps going, but you're not really quite sure what is in that direction. You know, in the hallway that the mechs are going down. After the security station, there is kind of like the cargo elevator that heads deeper into the base. If you were to continue down the person hallways, you imagine it would go eventually toward just other parts of the base.
All right, I want to prep the door to the security center here. Prep it, not activate it yet, but prep it so that it'll jam when we leave and be harder to get into.
Oh yeah, no, that sounds great. What are you gonna roll to set up this kind of like?
I don't know if there's anything on any of the bodies here that I could use, any kind of key cards, or I don't know if they have any kind of like equipment on them, like welding equipment or anything.
I wouldn't say they have any kind of that kind of equipment.
Well, I can prep a trap so that my other grenade will trigger when somebody opens the door.
That sounds like a good trap to me.
I will do that, and then just once we go through the door, I'll like get into the wires of the system and just kind of rip at them to
just pull them out of the wall. Yeah.
Basically, I mean, it's a security door. Its default should be don't get in, so hopefully that does it.
All right.
And then once the door reopens, it'll be one of those like strings in a door frame kind of thing where once it moves, it triggers.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's not too hard for you to set up.
Okay.
So Astro, you're able to switch out the profiles. You're able to designate the DBC crew and your mechs as friendly for the sensors controlled by this station. And as you're leaving, you see Rock create almost like a little tripwire to pull the pin out of the grenade as soon as the doors open.
I just give Rock a nod. Clever.
Man, I miss using Simtex for this. Can we splurge next time? As I finish setting it up and step away carefully.
If we get out of this alive, I think we could splurge on a lot of things.
Well, come on.
Those of you in the mechs out in the hallway, you're able to get up past the kind of like secure monitoring area that the security station had on the main hallway. There are like manned turrets sticking out of the wall that you can tell are all powered down now. And you can just see kind of like a little bit of carnage through your side of the glass looking into the control station. You can tell that there was an explosion. 2 consoles are kind of like blown up. There are people just kind of like laying in odd positions around the room that you can see from out here.
Evelene would like to privately message Dyne, say, remind me never to fuck with Rock. I assume that was all Rock.
I'll message her back and say, why would you ever think to do that in the first place?
Fair enough. I just think we just got some evidence in case it ever did cross our minds.
All right. And do you guys head back to your mechs, or do you want to keep exploring the manned hallways?
I think at this point, unless you have something else on your map leading us otherwise, we should get to the mechs.
Yeah, like I said, there's hallways that spider out through the rest of the base. If you want to take the time, you can like continue exploring the base, but that's up to you.
I think we should get in and get out. So we should go in deeper to this elevator. Because we don't hit another security station or anything on the way, right? It's we pass the one and we get to the elevator.
Yeah, the elevator is next. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, do you let us know that you took care of all that? I guess over the comms.
Yeah, I mean, we'll say like we're heading back to the mechs afterwards. At least I will.
Okay. Yep, I would hop out of Rock's mech and head back over to the Prometheus.
All right. Once you all get back together, you get back into the Prometheus, Orion, and Artemis says, if you want, you can just take a nap. I've got it here.
Not mid-mission. I think that's bad form, Artemis.
All right.
I mean, you look sleepy.
I'm just saying, if If it's too taxing for you, offering my expertise.
I appreciate the thought, and I will keep it in mind.
But yeah, you guys make your way further through. Actually, after you're done, it's not directed to you, but you do hear Caster's voice come on and says, "I told you he wouldn't agree to it."
Uh-oh, the two of them are
We'll
having
get 'em
like
next
little
time.
private conversations. That's not worrisome.
But yeah, you're able to mount back up and you march your mechs to the cargo elevator. It's one of those large, kind of rectangular cargo elevators that goes like diagonally down a slope deeper into the base. The kind of like shaft that you're descending is larger than the elevator itself. And in fact, you can see that there's a thing that goes up too. Above you, it appears that there are lines above you as well that you can hang things on that would help like moving things that are very, very large deeper into the base as well, because you can like string them up onto some cables that go up above the elevator you're on as well, if you needed to kind of like carry something that had a propensity for falling over, or if it is intended or something like that, you could kind of like strap it up here and it would go down with the elevator. But you're able to kind of like get on with your mechs. You all take defensive stances. It is not hard to activate the elevator because they didn't get a chance to lock it down before Astro was able to start the fire and Rock was able to finish it. So you just kind of like one of you just has to like take a second to jump out of their mech to interact with. I assume none of you took the thing that allows your mech to have like little hands that operate consoles, right?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. So one of you has to jump out of your mech real quick and go over to the terminal and basically hit the big on button. The like little guard gate goes up from the direction you were coming from, and it just and you heat the entire thing you're on like shifts abruptly, and it's like one of those things where you have to keep your balance a little bit, and then all of a sudden it starts creeping slowly deeper into the furthest depths of the CoreSec base. The alarm has been going off for maybe half an hour now. You've worked your way further into the base, taken out the security station, forced your way past their bulkheads, but you do imagine word has gotten out that something is going on. As you get to the bottom, you do note, based off of the schematic that Astro was able to procure for you, that the reactor is up ahead. You're able to go down the hallway and make a right, and it opens up, goes down a staircase and opens up into a huge room. This room has, oddly, some reactor types that you've never seen before. It is tech that is a little unfamiliar to you. For CHIMERA, someone who grew up kind of around like mining equipment and, the mechs of industry, this looks like future nonsense to you. It's like all weird sharp edges and straight lines, and you're like, I don't even know what part of this actually makes the energy. COMET, Rock, and Orion, who are a little bit more mobile with their lives previously. Even you, like from seeing like Starship power plants to like Rock even being in some of CoreSec's other bases that have various reactors and stuff. It looks like pure futurist in here. There are glowing green lines that kind of like run down from each of 6 different like black shiny looking pyramids in this room. And there are green lines going down each one of them that connect to each other. There is a low-grade hum through the entire room, and as soon as you enter, you just hear this like loud electrical noise. There are pulses of light going up these pyramids, and there are various control stations in front of each one of them.
Is this like Aster Uprising level technology?
The Astro Uprising is like duct tape and screws.
But they had some weird alien technology.
No, you're thinking
of
the Noblesse Affair.
Oh, Noblesse Affair. Sorry, wrong org.
Yes. This is like, yeah, it's like a different aesthetic, but it is that kind of like, whoa, this is like sci-fi to you guys when you get in here.
Not quite what we were expecting.
And this is where you're going to have to upload some sort of malicious code or something in order to take down the base. It does look a little bit more imposing than you were hoping. And you do know that you're operating on a timetable. If they've scrambled other forces, Rock, you know that response times aren't that bad. There are people going to be coming soon. Next episode, you're going to have to defend this place while you try to take it over, upload the code, and get out alive before you're overwhelmed.
Oh no!
All right, we made it this far. I think we could do it, guys.
All right, everyone. Next session will be taking down the comm station. Hope you all the luck in the world.
We're gonna need it.
Yeah.
But this was your mission. Taking this out for the Astro Uprising will give them the cover they need to attack the orbital shipyard without word going out to the adjacent systems. This would give them the best chance they're going to get at pulling off this mission.
Watch us go through all of this, and then behind the scene, Bob's rolling dice like, oh, wow, they failed bad.
Oh, man. Did they put bullets in their guns? What's wrong with them?
They should not have based this plan on an Astro Jamin movie.
That's the one suggestion they listened to for some reason.
Was a good movie.
All right, everyone.
All right.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.